Friends, Archangel here. Just wondering, were you responsible for black slavery? How about the enslavement of Israelites to Egyptians? How about the usury of Mexicans or Chinese as cheap labor? Did you cause the Holocaust of Jews or Armenians? Have you battered old people or offended Spaniards? Have you encouraged genocides in Africa? Or have you personally stole or insulted or slapped the nearest LGBT citizen? Well, guess what? It doesn't matter if you're a Christian white woman, you should forever apologize for slavery. It doesn't matter if you are an animal rescuing Polynesian, you should be held responsible for the mistreatment of Mexicans or Chinese throughout U.S. history. It doesn't matter if you're a straight German who endorses gay rights. You should forever be respectful and overly accommodating around any lesbian, bi, gay, trans person. It doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl, white or black, tall, short, Iranian, Eskimo, etc. You should all be held responsible for the former trespasses of people from hundreds of years ago. It doesn't matter if you were born in 1985 in Milwaukee. You should apologize and make repayment to Jews or Armenians or Africans because of unjust genocides from a century ago, even before your parents were a twinkling in the eyes of their parents. Still, you should pay for, even apologize for the trespasses of others. How does that sound? No? Well, too bad. Suck it up and deal with it. Worse yet, let's say that we embellish and make up a bunch of oppression against the Kumquat tribe of the Malarkey Island nation. Then we hold you responsible and compel you to constantly apologize for your existence and to continually service any Kumquat citizen. Yeah, how cool is that? You are made to abuse yourself, your worth, and to be subjugated to any kumquat because of embellished propaganda that you have a debt to repay these people because you somehow oppressed them. You should pay off the sins of your parents before you were even conceived. How fair does that sound? Perhaps you live in Iceland, but you should repay the slights of someone in Thailand because you both believe in the same religion. You should be made to grovel before mermaids because you know someone who likes to fish. How completely unfair, illogical, ridiculously asinine, jackass dumb is that? That you are made to take punishment for the offenses of others, or that you are made to feel inferior because of stuff others did, and it is guilt by association. How stupid is it to take out revenge on children that had nothing to do with the actions of their parents? Everybody, even the mentally challenged hillbilly religious crowd, should be able to see that being made to take punishment for others is unfair and completely off the hinges, ridiculous. For me to go out and tell any old anonymous person on the street, you are the problem. It's your fault that gypsies throughout history have been mistreated and outcast. So you need to degrade yourself and give your utility to servicing gypsies and kneeling before the divine gypsy. Yeah, how dumb-ass, butt-blind, stupid, unfair, and unwarranted would this be? Yet we do this every day against half the population. We expect males to degrade themselves, their sex, and to repay the collective feminine through prostrated service for the rest of their lives. Oh, you're damn right we do. Males are made to feel like demons, then shamed and guilted into paying for patriarchal slights throughout history. Yes, there have been a few honorary males throughout history that have been unkind to females. Yet in this current age of female supremacy, we take such representations of woman beaters and cast this as males, all males, the entire sex throughout time. Then we further embellish and make up male oppressing female victim narratives, and thus we have males who have grown up in the last few decades who have never harmed a female or oppressed a vagina in their lives, yet they are still made to feel horrid, told that they are murderers, rapists, and plunderers who should forever apologize to women because of their sex, and service women because of the embellished trespasses of their sex onto females, and they should give females utility and provision and protection as repayment for the offenses of their sex, and they should degrade their worth and mock their anatomy as recompense for the crimes of their sex. And ultimately, these young tender males that have never trespassed onto females, these males should lay down their lives for females to repay the slights of other males and to repay their mother for their birth. We play the same old broken record of females as sweet, cuddly, twinkle-eyed, pure bunnies who are victims every single day of deviant, vulgar, depraved males who seek only to use, abuse, and mistreat females. And we play this male oppressive female victim narrative over and over and over and over in our books and movies, in our media and social exchanges, constantly repeating over and over and over that females are abused at the hands of males. Then we go on to further impugn males as having some special treatment afforded them that females do not get. So not only should males pay for the supposed bloodthirsty pillaging throughout history, they should also stand down and service females because they have this super duper fancy male privilege. This privilege that makes dudes more valuable than chicks. This privilege that makes females serve males. This privilege that makes females die for male benefit. This privilege that... Oh, wait. Hold up. Oops, sorry. I thought today was opposite day. Actually, males are devalued and disposed of. Males have no privilege. They are abused by females, made to feel evil and inferior because they are portrayed as murderers, rapists, and plunderers in aggregate. They are shamed into servicing women with their utility, their self-mockery, their prostrated servitude, indeed, with their very lives. Privilege is usually defined by positive entitlement, such as the royalty that gets to live while the peasantry and the slaves do the dying, in order to spare the value-rich unpleasantries such as, well, death. Underlings die so that those that have the privilege may live. So, under this paradigm, females have the privilege because males die to protect females. And the fellas have been doing this by the millions throughout history. Yes, the very same history that paints males as abusive, froth-at-the-mouth misogynists who salute the flag of patriarchy every morning before giving the wife her daily beating. We hold males in contempt for propaganda. We abuse them under the guise of retribution. It is females getting even for patriarchy, abusing males, mistreating males, mocking males, devaluing males. All of this is righteous. It is getting even for all the disgusting male behavior throughout history, right? Abusing males is deemed fair and just. But what we never discuss is that we are making new victims here. Males who come into this world have their anatomy mutilated, after which they start a long journey of self-hatred and slavery to females as they are brainwashed into seeing their sex as deviant molesters and abusers of women whom they need to make reformations for. We abuse males. All this propaganda about patriarchy and males who beat their wives or sexually and emotionally abuse their girlfriends. All this is just a diversion, keeping everybody focused on males as evil. Meanwhile, we are turning males into female pandering slaves who feel that they have debts to pay females because some male somewhere hit his wife, or catcalled a female pedestrian, or denied some female equal rights or respect, or some promotion in a company, or because some dude somewhere in the world, somewhere in time, was not very kind to females. And thus, we have a sex of oppressive misogynists. Yeah. You want to see a sex of victims? Look at the modern male who has been brainwashed into hating themselves and servicing females because of the slights their sex is charged with throughout history. You know what? I never raped a female. I have never beaten a female. I have never denied a female equality. But I have sure been made to believe that I need to apologize for my genitals and to apologize for other males and to repay the female populace for some supposed wrongdoing or make amends for some big mean patriarchy throughout history. I have always tried to treat females equally, if not better, than myself, because I have been made to feel inferior to females, told that I have a debt to repay females, because I have some sort of special mystical privilege. Hence, I should go out of my way to serve uterine bearers in order to make things more fair for the oppressed flower petals. I hear so much about patriarchy, so much about female victimization, so much about male nature, so much about male privilege. Yet I have never repressed females. I have tried to treat them extra special and encourage equality and female self-worth, even empowerment. Even still, I am made to be responsible for all this debauchery males are charged with simply because I and other human beings share a specific chromosome. I have no privilege. I was genitally mutilated, then I grew and watched females treated with white velvet gloves, held above reproach, even as males were mistreated, abused, and told that they are deviant mistakes. I have not enjoyed any male privilege, but I sure have observed females putting their hands all over males and abusing males physically, emotionally, and sexually, even as society told me that males were the ones that did these things to females. I have seen males go through torturous trespass in divorces, or males giving their labor, their very hearts and souls over to females who were on a hypergamous binge. And this, even as I was still being told that it is males who are unrepentant philanderers who jump from female to female. I have seen males jump in front of danger and die for female benefit, even as I am still told that I have some sort of privilege over females simply because I have a Y chromosome. I have never initiated any raping, murdering, or plundering. I came into this world a beautiful child, full of wonder, who was then taken, abused, and told that I needed to serve females because males are bad and they do bad things. Just look at history. Okay, now you need to pay for all the oppressive, misogynistic, patriarchal abuse throughout history. Then they give you the same old wife-beating, chauvinistic, good old boys club propaganda that everybody points to as they tell males that they are murderers, rapists, and plunderers in the first place. We are victimizing males. In fact, we turn some males into the very bigots that we accuse them of being. Males that come into this existence and would otherwise treat everybody with respect. Instead, we mistreat them, make them feel inferior and wretched, and then shame them into female servitude. And after a while, sometime down the road, some males simply begin returning this treatment to females, manipulating females because they have been mistreated by them. So, how does that sound? That I hold you responsible and make you feel worthless and hold you accountable to some debt that one of your ancestors may or may not have owed. You should forever apologize for the wrongs of others or be held in contempt because of the actions of others. Maybe you should be punished for the misdeeds of others. That's totally fair, right? Yeah, duh. Yet humans are flocking creatures who abandon reason and compassion when they are fearful. So it is no surprise that we hold males in contempt because of a few bad eggs. In much the same way that many people seem to hold all Muslims in suspicion because of the extremism of a few. But here comes the duplicity, the horrendous, egregious injustice of our male prejudice. Because according to this theory, we should hold all females in contempt for the man-hating, female supremacist, male abusive actions of a few chicks, right? Yeah, nope. We exonerate females of all wrongdoing, and instead blame any female misdeeds on a male somewhere. We espouse females as benevolent and pure, and so if a female has done wrong, it was not her fault. She was the victim of vile male influence. Males are devalued and females are elevated. This is where we currently are. And you know what else? Males do not have privilege, and most males have never beaten, raped, trespassed, abused, violated, or mistreated females. Yet, we are made to feel that we have, because we are male, and so we should forever apologize for our existence as grunting, farmer-blowing man-apes, as well as justify our existence by repaying this huge debt that males owe females for abusing, oppressing, and beating them throughout history, even though the male populace that is being whipped for these crimes, we did not do such things. We have never trespassed onto females. We have, in fact, elevated and made females appear more luminous than ourselves. Still, we need to make reconciliation to females for all this embellished, propagandized patriarchy. I have encouraged no less than complete equality for females. Yet I am still scolded as having privilege, and if I stick up for males or defend myself from a physically abusive female, I will be wronged yet again by other males who are fulfilling their obligation to female kind by restraining me and striking me, whether verbally or physically. There is no male privilege. There is no debt males are obliged to pay females. Patriarchy and female oppression have been largely exaggerated in order to paint females sympathetic victims that males need to pay penance to for the supposed slights against females by males throughout history. That's right. If you have a Y chromosome, then you have apologies to make and debts to repay the breasted citizens of this world. Even though, throughout most of my life, I have never treated females with anything but equity, fairness, and even exaltation. However, I have been met with manipulation, abuse, and shaming indoctrination that I was a deficient, murdering, raping plunderer who needed to take lashes for the wrongs of others and elevate and pamper those whom I supposedly oppress with my mere existence. Yeah. Well, I look out on the world and I see males being victimized. And so thus, under this paradigm, females, all females, should bow, kneel, and prostrate themselves before the maligned males that they have been usurping their entitlement from all these years, right? So females have a huge debt to repay males because of their mistreatment of them. Being the whipping boy for someone else? How does that sound? Come on now, are you ready to apologize and make repayments for the Crusades of the Middle Ages, even though you were not there and have nothing to do with it, and you're Buddhist? Oh, psst, whatever, details don't matter. If we impose the same bias on everyone that we do on males, then everyone would be held in contempt and shamed for the actions of others, and you would assume this guilt for the wrongdoings of others. So, males assume this guilt and spend the rest of their lives gutting themselves in front of females as some sort of honor repayment to the feminine collective for the supposed slights and trespasses of males onto females. Well, where's the turnabout and fair play, ladies? Why are you not gutting yourselves and assuming the guilt for all the manipulation and trespass of females onto males? Where's the assumed guilt, and thus repayment for the usurping of male utility and the subsequent discardation? Gee, not seeing any apologies. Hello? Anybody there? My brothers, you have no guilt to assume, no repayments to make. In fact, you have been mistreated and trespassed against. Apologies should be made to you. My friends, stand with me, live free.